Hello, guys, good evening. How are you all? Good evening, Apeksha, Sabil, good evening, Aparna, good evening, Prajakta, good evening, Sai Kripa, good evening, Parma, good evening. So, my voice is clear, right? Good evening, Prasiddhi. Okay, so I hope my voice is clear, right? Okay, thank you so much for confirming. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's wait for a few minutes and then we'll start. Okay, so let's start the session. And as you know that we are doing everything from scratch. Okay, good evening, Vandana. So the first class is the reference class, that how we can select the reference picture. Okay, before starting anything, whether you are doing the landscape painting or the still life painting, so there are few points which we have to keep in mind. Okay. Okay, so can anyone tell me that what are the major points that we look in particular reference? Any idea? Points that we anyone? Okay, values. What else? The balance of lights and dark. Perfect, very nice. Okay, the forms of element and how they are positioned. Good job. Yes. Horizon line. Perfect. Perspective and proportions. Okay. Okay, yes. So let's start. You all are right that what, yes, of course, the focal point is also very nice, Nishit. Focal point is also very important. The tones light, medium, dark. Okay, yes, great, great. So first of all, we'll study a very simple reference, just two values. Okay, and now let's study that what the major things we have to look in any particular reference picture. So first of all, whenever we are starting a painting, first of all we need to take care of this thing, that we have to keep the viewer in our picture plane. Okay, we want our viewer to look into our painting, and for that means the painting or a picture should be very engaging. Okay, and then you can take, even you, if you are painting from life or you are doing the life study, so when you click some pictures, always small the small recordings also. In this way what will happen, you will able to see the more detail. Even when you watch the recording part of that particular reference, you will get more idea that what the lighting is, the how the lighting is changing, how the waves are going. So this way we can keep the physical view also. Okay, so when we are physically present in any place, so everything matters, the taste, the touch, the feel, the breeze is going, so everything plays a very important role in your reference pictures. Okay, so then here comes the importance of next is a basic shapes. Everything starts from basic shapes. Actually basic shape is the backbone of your reference, okay, or your paintings. Then comes the important that that the thing should be in perspective, according to the perspective, and we'll discuss this part in very detail. Okay, then comes the lights and darks. You will only turn that reference into a beautiful painting when you take care of your lights and darks, your warms and your cools. Okay, so there should be combination of all the things. So we have to keep this thing in mind, that where the light is coming from, you have to identify the dark shapes, the light shapes. Okay, and what is the distance between, or between the background, the foreground and the middle ground. So this was the overall view. Now we'll go deep into the we have some collection of reference pictures here, and now we are going to do this the note and sketches also, and at the same time we are going to discuss the every single reference. Okay, so as we have the reference class today, so only we are going to focus on the reference. Okay, so we have a first reference here where you can see the two tones. Okay, so whenever you are starting the painting part, first of all the first thing which you have to do is squint your eyes. Squinting means you can slowly you can close your eyes a little bit. So what happens, we are doing the squinting. When we do the squinting part, we eliminate all the details. Okay, all the details, then we only focus on the major darks and lights. Okay, so in this way, when we squint the eyes, we all the detail part is eliminated and only we see the big massive shapes. So this should be your first approach whenever you are starting your reference picture or selecting your reference picture, or you are painting anything, or you are painting on canvas or paper, anything. Okay, so this should be your first approach, that prepare your note and sketches or see in terms of only two values. The two values will be the darkest dark and the lightest light. Okay, so there may be the lot of dark, that means a lot of tones in dark, but again for a very basic and simple note and sketch, we are going to prepare only one dark sketch, dark tone, and one light tone. Okay, now we'll just see that how we can prepare the note and sketch of this simple reference. You can do it along with me, and later you can send me on WhatsApp group. So here you can see this reference is in portrait. Okay, so we'll do the portrait size here. A very rough and loose. Now we have to just divide the scene into two values. That means we are preparing the note and sketches here. So it will be a two values. So one will be, will consider the light tone. So light tone will see just a paper tone, and then the dark tone. So only these two tones. Okay, now this is the reference picture, and how we can divide this reference picture. First of all, we'll see that the tree line, or you can say the horizon line. So this is the main thing that we have to look for before starting anything. So we need one strong line which can help us to begin. We can see the detail around the above that line, the below that line, and this is how we place the things around that that line. So let's begin with the note and sketch. You can see the half of the scene is a dark. If you squint your eyes, you will notice that half is completely dark and half is bright. So it's a very simple scene. What we are going to do, roughly I'm marking my tree line here, or you can say the horizon line. Okay, and with the help of your marker, so these are the two strong values which I can see. Okay, the strongest light and the strongest dark. Now there are so many tones in this dark tone also, and so many tones, light tones and light part also. But for now, just to this is the way to simplify your scene. This is a way to select your reference picture. So whenever you are looking for reference pictures, always notice that first thing you have to do, squint your eyes and just look for the massive the dominant values, like the strongest dark and the strongest light. Okay, and then we'll take this further, and then we can look for more tones, like we can look for more light tones and we can look for more dark tones, but that is second thing. Okay, so first thing, always start with your note and sketches. Note and sketches always give you idea that how to begin. Okay, because what happens, the nature is so vast, it's so massive, it's not possible with the human eye see the thousands of detail, but how to transform that detail into small paper, in a small sketchbook or a canvas. So this is actually we have to master that power of simplification. Okay, once you learn that power, that how you can simplify your reference picture, so you can paint anything. So this should be the approach. Always look for the reference picture which has some dominant values, like the strongest value and the lightest value. Okay, so this is a very simple note and sketch of this reference picture, and we are done. Then we'll see the next one. So we are going step by step. First of all, we are just talking about the only darks and light. Okay, then we'll deep dive into the warm colors, the cool colors also. But for now, let's see the reference. This is the next one. And again, if you squint your eyes, you will see some dominant shapes. Okay, dominant shapes, and even the strongest dark and the strongest light. Okay, and now if we want to prepare the note and sketch for this, how we can do? You can do it along with me, and later you can send me on WhatsApp group. So this is a reference picture, and now if I divide this scene, so when I squint my eyes, I can see this part as a one shape, okay. Then I can see this another part, this part. Okay, and a few breaks here, this one, this one. So this is how I got my reference the massive major dark shapes and the light shapes. Okay, now if we transform this into a note and sketch, let's see. This is the landscape size, so we are going to do the landscape one. Okay, and again I'll squint my eyes. So first of all, how I will start? Look for one line which can help you to continue. Okay, so if I consider this as my main strong line in my reference picture, okay, this one, so I can call it a horizon line or my main line. So let's prepare the note in. So first of all, I will mark the area where this line is dividing, so it's almost a center, and then I can mark this shape, the massive shape. A very rough and loose, the main intention here is to divide the scene, simplify the scene into two strong values, the light is light and the dark is dark. Now I can mark here this is the value which I can see, and then here don't try to focus on details, will do it later. This is just a rough idea to select your reference pictures. Okay, then I can see the two small shapes here, again very rough, then a little bit here, this side, and this in middle. here, and then you can add few this side. So this is again a very rough and loose idea. Okay, and our note in sketch is ready. Okay, then again we'll come to this reference later when we'll talk about the warm and cools. So this is the first thing. Then now let's come to the another one. Again you can see here the reference picture, and if I squint my eyes I can see this shape. We have to divide the scene into strongest dark and the strongest light. Okay, so strongest dark I can see this part, the whole these all tones, the medium tones I will consider as a dark tone. Okay, and this is it, and the center part you can see the full of strong lights. Okay, so yes, again we can transform this piece into a note and sketch. So again it's a square image. Okay, so I got this rough idea. So what I can do, I can simply mark this bright window and I'm done. So what we are doing here, we are creating the basic structure, the backbone of our painting. This is the first thing that we will be doing in our canvas or in our sketchbook. So this is for a layering method where we can use it with acrylic colors, even oils, any medium. Okay, but when we start from light to dark, that means a watercolor, so approach will be something different, but the selection of reference picture will be same. Okay, so this is my note and sketch, and then if you want to go in more detail, so you can place few trees like this. So this way we'll get the clear idea that something is here. Okay, now let's see the next one. Okay, so we have this reference picture, it's a beach scene. Okay, and now first of all how we'll start, again squint your eyes. Okay, and when I squint my eyes I can see these shapes, this one, okay, the grasses part will be considered as a dark shapes, and the light one, this part, and rest will consider as a light part, the sky one, the ocean part, and the sand part we will consider as a one tone. But then you can go in more detail, like we can create the third tone also. Okay, but it's up to you. I'm just giving you the overall idea that how to start, because as a beginner we have no idea, we are completely clueless that what reference to select and how to select the reference picture, what should be the first thing that we should notice in our reference pictures. Okay, so this is the idea. Now we can sketch, prepare the note and sketch. So again, this is a landscape. So first thing we are going to do, mark your horizon line. Okay, so somewhere in middle, again this line is just dividing the space into half, and then below my horizon line, I have to start this. Okay, so again a very rough idea, so it will go something like this. Okay, now mark it. Again very rough, you don't have to be perfect. Don't focus on details, only the shapes, only the dark portion where you see, only mark those areas. Okay, and then if you want to create the third tone also, then how you will do, you can grab any again any black color. Okay, and if I want to show this third tone, so I can say the sand part, it's a little bit bluish in nature, and this beach part, so we can do it, otherwise not needed. Okay, but if you want to keep this type of a reference picture for your note, like you want to prepare later, you are just having some ideas, collection of few ideas, so you can keep it like this. Little bit more detail we can do, like the third tone here. So whenever you go back and see your reference picture, you will get the clear idea that okay, there is something, there is a water part, then a sand part. So in this way you will get the idea. Okay, so we are done with this. Then another reference is this one. Again squint your eyes and see only the dark and the lightest light and the darkest dark. Okay, so consider the whole thing, this reflection also as a one massive shape. So if I squint my eyes, what I can see this whole green line, this tree line, and the reflection as a one shape. Okay, I know there are some highlights also, but we'll not go in that detail part, only we are looking for the massive, darkest massive shapes. Okay, so by squinting my eyes, I can see that this line, the tree line, is going like this, and then the reflection part here, this one, I'll consider as a one tone, rest will be my lightest tone. Okay, so let's do this one. Again it's a landscape image. First of all, I'll roughly mark my line somewhere here. I will going to place my structure, and then this is a very rough idea, my tree line. I'm not following the exact shape, just a rough idea. Okay, and then I can see one strong white line here also, so we can divide it like this, or simply we can shade one massive dark shape. So this is a way to eliminate the thousands of details in your reference picture, especially with the landscape. So this is one of the best practices that you can do while selecting your references. Then let's do the another one. This is a reference picture. Now again squint your eyes and you will see the lights, strongest light and the strongest dark. Okay, so when I squint my eyes, what I can see that this area is a lightest tone, okay, full of lights, and then the rest of the area is dark. There are some middle tones also, but for now only strongest dark and the strongest light we have to keep. Okay, so by squinting my eyes I can see this area as the strongest light, and again this the outer area as the strongest dark. Again this is the landscape. So landscape scene, and then first of all I am going to place my line. So you can see this line here. Okay, so this will be my line. Okay, am I audible now? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you so much for reminding. Okay, so we were doing this one. Okay, so again how to simplify the scene? Squint your eyes, look for the strongest light and the strongest dark. Okay, so then first of all I will mark my line, my, you can say the horizon line or the main line. Okay, now this is the line where I can see the dark portion and the light portion. So outside is the dark one, So this is the dark outside and the rest is the lightest portion. Light is the strong lights. Okay, then you can also place your subjects. Like I can place my few trees, this main shapes. The main element in my painting will be this. So this way we get the idea. So we get the clarity that how to start your paintings. Okay. This is the another one. And again, when you squint your eyes, you will notice that the strongest dark and the strongest light. So this is my strongest light portion. This side is my strongest light, and then here is the strongest dark. There are mid tones also, but we are not going to consider now. Okay, only the strongest dark and the strongest lights. So how we are going to prepare the notin? So this is a landscape image. And then I need my one line, one strong dominant line. So in middle I can see this line, this one. So this will be my horizon line, okay, or main line. So this will help me to create or place the thing around. So it's something like this. Only just marking with my basic shapes. Then you can do it like this, otherwise not needed. Okay, and then first of all we'll mark the dark area. This one. Okay, and then a few trees I can show. This one, this one, this one, and this side. So now it's up to you what you want to add in your paintings. Don't try to add everything, but look for only the main thing. Like this is a very interesting shape here. Okay, so this is a good strong light and the contrast. So I can see a very nice contrast here. So this will be the main focus. This can be the main focus in my painting. So I'm going to draw this. Don't go with the details again. The side, few trees here, then again the side. Okay, then you can show the third tone also. And how? you can do it like this. Okay, so we are done with this reference. Now we have two more. Okay, so let's see this one. Here how we are going to prepare the note and sketch. Again, squint your eyes and look for the strongest dark and the strongest light. So if I squint my eyes, what I can see that this is looking like a one block. This one here and maybe the foreground part also, because this is looking dark. Or I can divide this into three tones also, because this one is the strongest dark, the tree line here, this part, and then the foreground also I can consider as a second tone, but this will be my background, will be a one single shade, that means a one tone. Okay, so how we are going to divide this, how we are going to prepare the note in. So let's do it. Again, it's a landscape. Okay, first of all mark your line. So I can consider this line because I can see the strong good contrast, the dark portion here and the light portion here. So this is a line which I can show. So it's tilted little bit, going like this. Okay, then I will squint my eyes and I will mark those dark lines, dark blocks. Here, this side. Okay, and then I can see a shape here going like this. See, again the lines are very important. Okay, the everything, whether you are doing the landscape, still life, portrait, it should be according to the perspective. So always look for the lines, try to observe your lines, that how the lines are going. And if you are not getting the idea, then what you can do, you can pick your pencil, and place it like this, where your line is starting. Okay, so the straight will be like this, but this line is tilted this much. Okay, so you will get the idea that okay, this line is little bit going down and it's tilted. The same if I want to check this line, my road, this road line, so what can I do? I can place it like this. Again, this line is tilted, my pathway. Again, this pathway if you have to check, so do it like this. Place your pencil like this and then see. So you can see that how much this line is tilted. Okay, so this way we get the approx rough measurements. Okay, and even the perspective also. So this will help you in the drawing part, the marking of your reference picture, and that we are going to see in another session, that how we can get those perfect drawings. Okay, but for now we are just preparing the note and sketches. So then I can see some of the strong tones here. and if you want to show some more details, so you can, with the help of your another pen. So this is my another shape which I am doing, and you can see the lines I am doing here. Then this one again I can show it like this, or you can simply consider as a one tone. So for now will not make this complicated, let's keep as a one tone. Okay, now one line here, you can define your pathway. Okay, so this is my note and sketch. And then the last one, so this is a picture, and then again if you squint your eyes you will see something like this. This is a line going down and then this way. Okay, so this is a part of a bright light, again this is a part of bright light, this area. But what I can see when I squint my eyes, I can see this area as a dark and this area as a dark portion, and then this one. Okay, so it's just a geometrical shape. So I can see the line going like this, and this way, then few dark areas like this. This is my dark portion. This is again my dark area, but I can see some light there. So this is my dark area. I will leave few spaces because I can see the light is coming. Okay, and little bit more details here. This is also the part of a dark tone. Okay, and then we can sketch the tree. So this is the main thing in our main subject in our reference picture. So we can do it like this. So we are not going in very detail. Okay, so I hope this topic is clear. What is note and sketches and how we can start the reference pictures, how to select the reference picture, and how this should be your first step to break down your reference picture into 2 shades or 3 shades. First practice with only 2 shades, and when you will get the hang of seeing this in terms of the strongest dark and the strongest light, then jump to the third shade. So you can keep it as a collection of your small note and sketches, and later you can transform into a bigger size pieces. Okay, so the first thing you have to look for the horizon line, the main dominant line, which can help you to place the subject around it. Okay, and then the other thing should be the strong dark and the light. So you can see this is the dark portion, or I can consider this foreground as one portion and my background as one portion. Okay, so and then you can go in more deep, like look for where the light is coming from, like the strongest light and the strongest dark. Okay, we are going to deep dive into this topic tomorrow. Okay, so I'm keeping these sessions very simple so that you can practice. Okay. So I hope this is clear. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, now so I'm expecting some of the reference pictures from your side. Okay, along with the note and sketches. So at least look for 5 reference picture, and it should fulfill all the thing, like the strongest dark and the strongest lights, and then prepare those note and sketches, 5 reference pictures and the 5 note and sketches. Okay, and share with me. Thank you so much, Sai Kripa. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes, very true, Apeksha. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so this is just a beginning, and then we are going to move step by step. Okay, so keep doing these exercises along with me, so then only you will get the idea, the clear roadmap, that how we can begin on our own, how we can select the reference picture, how we can start the painting. Okay, you're welcome, Aparna. Okay, so this is it, and then we'll start the session again at 7:30 tomorrow. Okay, be ready with your sketches, your note and sketches, and your reference picture. You can share with me on WhatsApp. Okay, and then from here we are going to discuss more. Again, the reference part, like what are warms and cools, and how to see look for the focal point, the main thing in your paintings. Okay, like what should be the engaging elements, and all that part. Okay, so let's end the session now, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you, Sybil, and thank you so much for joining. Okay, then bye bye, good night to all. See you tomorrow at same time. Bye bye. Bye bye to all. Good night.